And it's a very good afternoon and welcome here to Blacktown International Sports Park. It's the elimination final here between the Western Suburbs Magpies and Sydney University. For the end of the line, this today will be for one of these teams. For the other, they get the right to take on St George next week and continue their season on in 2014. It's a very close one, I think, today. Very hard to pick. They've met twice so far this season. In round 6, it was an absolute thriller. Western Suburbs took that out by just a single point, 14-8-92. Sydney Uni 14-7-91. But in round 14, a little bit more comfortable for the students. 13-15-93. Western Suburbs, they just kicked 9-9-63. A 30-point win to the students. But it's all different in finals. And if I was to pick one side, I'd say possibly it'd be Western Suburbs to take this one out. But as I say, it'd be very, very close. If you were watching yesterday, you would have seen an absolute belter between Pennant Hills and the St George Dragons. And we're hoping for a day. The day today is absolutely perfect for football. Not a breath of wind, and the sun is shining. No hint at all of any rain in the area. So we are set for a big one here at Blacktown. Some late news. Jesse Cox failed a fitness test for Sydney University. He won't be playing today. Scully comes in for him. And they'll be looking for the likes of Evan Smith and MJ Figg to step up this afternoon. We're just about set in the elimination final. We're underway. Straight away, it's Brenton Mumm there in the ruck, taking it out for Western Suburbs. They go forward inside 50. Just going with the one hand there was Williamson. West will be hoping he can really find the big sticks this afternoon. They go back, turning around, trying to get out of trouble, Sydney University. Just a little bit of hit and hope there. The handball out from Vincent. And they go down the line. They find Figg. A long way from home. Wants to try and draw the 50-metre penalty. Saw the player was over the mark. He's gone now, and a good tackle applied. Lull in proceedings. They go forward. Not a great kick. Coffey got in there amongst it for Sydney University. They were able to get it back though. And there is Harper hitting the ball hard. Robertson, I think that coming through. In fact, no, it wasn't. It was Underwood. And just trying to step inside. No real avenue to goal. Harper again dragged that in. Got it clear. Trying to get in the way of Conway. He's tackled in there from Maples from Sydney University. There's everybody involved at the moment, just standing around, and it's just tackle after tackle. So umpire's sent a free kick here, paid to Sydney University. They go quickly through the centre. That was Dyson. Goes further afield, looking for Figg, has to turn around. Lambert on him. That'll be a good contest this afternoon. Hudson hits it hard, tackled as he grabbed it. Trying to make a way through there was Vincent, but Hudson's good enough to stand up in the tackle, and Western Suburbs go forward again. Unfortunately, the kick offline and dribbles over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Students will Evan Smith. He's been their leading goal scorer for the season. Kicked 34 in the regular season. The Magpies, as I said, it's Williamson who is their avenue to goal. Mumm gives it off. Just some quick handballs, but the tackles come fast. Conway wrapped up this time. And held up. Umpire will come in. Go forward again. Right on the 50-metre line. In amongst it there is Orton. Trying to get it clear. There's plenty of players around. There's no team willing to give anything away. Maples, he's tackled, comes out, lands with Stratford, throws it willingly on the boot. But it's only Magpies there. And Milligan Seville, I think it is, able to take the mark. Trying to find some way through the traffic. Couldn't get it that time. Anyway, it was Vincent. Goes out to Figg. Seems to be camped out there on the wing. First real foray forward, the students. Looking for Smith over the back. Milligan Seville tracking it back. Turns around just willy-nilly. Handball and, well, kept in eventually. I don't know if the students thought he was, but it is. Now Hudson. 3.5 played. No score as yet. Getting in front. Oh, good mark taken. They swing around quickly. Top of the 50. Underwood. Picked it off his bootlaces. Goes forward. Big hit from behind. That was Ericsson, the big man. In there, Scout. Turns around. Finds something on the wing. That's a good kick. Good vision. Found McGrath. McGrath wants to move it quickly, and he does so now. Urell, good lead, good mark, good hands. And Urell will have the first shot on goal for the Magpies. Scully comes on for his first run of the day. Moving arrest Fitzpatrick. They give it off. Goes for home. Couldn't quite make it there. The ball trickles over the boundary line. 4.5 played. Still no score. Head back. Stratford was in the ruck for the students. Get a hand on it. Wrapped them in a tackle now. Held to, and the umpire will come in and ball this up. Plenty of numbers around the football. Comes down. Students with a little way out. Just need to find the ball. Underwood again. Turns around, goes the other way. Now down the line. Tough contest, and the free kick's coming. Goes to Scout. Inside, Urell was the target. Couldn't get there. Trying to hit it hard, get through the travel. There was Newbury. Now Conway trying to hit it. Tackles are aplenty this afternoon. Good hands there through the traffic from Vincent. They need just to get a little bit of clean ball at the moment. It's not going to come now. Milligan Seville, he's dispossessed. Handball comes back from Slade. And they go forward, offline. Well read by McLean. Gives it up, looking for Round. Could have been held. Umpire let it go. Goes back to McLean. Back to Round, offline. They're in trouble now. The students work this well. That's not the greatest kick. Straight up in the air there from Dobson. And Western Suburbs wanting to go backwards, go forward. Hudson, his kick smothered. Fig takes possession. Need to build now something. They're getting forward, but that kick's not going to do any favours. And out of bounds on the full. And a little bit of a relief for Western Suburbs. 6.5 played now with still no score. Short kick. And maintain possession. So often you see these tight starts to finals football. No one really wants to give anything away early. The first team that really open up some cracks. Can it be Sydney Uni? They go forward. Could have been a mark. Opted to handball. Hitting it there was, well, it was Blackburn. And coming through, Stratford. He's tackled. Umpire says holding the ball. And we get a free kick. Good mark taken at the back. That's Harper. And now with a little bit of space to play. And Harper goes short. Has to be on the money. Not quite there. Coming through was Wilmot. Throws again. Gives it to Hudson. Hudson with a little bit of space. Just pops it over to Scarfo. Scarfo's kick's good. Found Brenton Mumm. He goes well. That's not a great kick at all. Underwood couldn't quite take it cleanly and gives away the free kick. High contact. And James Newbury with the ball. Thought about giving it to Mumm. Thought better of it in the end. Distance will be an issue. Top of the square. Williamson lurking and almost brought it down. Harper away for the students. Go further downfield. Sands there for the Magpies. Turns them around again. Keeps the ball in. Eventually it goes over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Well, could we see the first scoreless quarter of football? No real side with any true chances at scoring at the moment. Ericsson in the ruck, just tries to pop it back, wrapped up in the tackle again. Both sides are really tackling hard. Big man Ericsson almost unopposed, coming in late was Robertson, but it's Hudson who gets it on the left boot, goes forward. Turns around Conway. Goes to the top looking for Urell. Oh, almost took it, dropped it in the end, gets the second chance. Pops it back, gives it to Harper, has a shot on goal, hits the post. But we have a score. In Western Suburbs, they lead by 1. Kick out from Casperson. Play on. Good enough to get around his opponent, and the kick was a good one. Found Johnson. And Johnson's found a player running through the middle in all sorts of space. Stratford gets around his opponent, goes long, could be coast to coast, and a great kick. And taken by Matthew Vicic. And now Sydney Uni have got the chance to put the first on the board. Some beautiful work by the students. Open up a bit of space through the corridor. And it is the shortest distance between the two goals. Vicic. Oh, that kicks it. Absolute mongrel. And goes out of bounds on the full. Comes in, Hudson takes the mark. Goes short. Looking, found Reed. Reed wants to play on. Now he's in trouble. Great tackle. Dyson. Goes lateral. And a good kick in the end as well. And Evan Smith has his first chance. And he'd have to back him in from here. As I said, it's kick 34 for the season. Just from the 13 games, would have played a few up in the Neefle, Evan Smith, so a good return from the 13 games. Smith for the students. Kick on its way. Offline. Just this minor score. And scores a level again. 11.5 played first term. 1-1. Students playing a zone. Sands forced to kick and under pressure. Just gets through some traffic. Good work at the ground level from McLean. Pops it up. Mum. Spins. Sets it for Williamson. He's under pressure with 2-on-1. Gets a ride but couldn't get there. Good support coming through. That was Underwood. And the kick's a good one. And just starting to open up a little bit more now. Wade Blackburn with a shot on goal. Good work from Underwood along with Harper. Blackburn's kick. Hangs it out to the right, coming back nicely. And they've got the first on the board, Western Suburbs. 1-1 plays 0-1. Margin 6 points. I thought we were going to go a quarter of football without a goal scored. But at the 12.5-minute mark, the Western Suburbs get there first. And the first for the game. In the middle now. There's a willing start to the game. A lot of tackles being applied, but just started to open up now. There's a free kick It's a push in the back. It's going to go to Sydney University. It's the umpire off the ball, and the players looked at him a little bit perplexed as to what went on. Doesn't matter though. Sydney Uni with the kick. They go inside 50. Fig the opposition. Oh, that just fell into his hands. I don't even know if he really thought he was going to get there. Is distance an issue? He hands off now. Gives it there to Crichton. Drives it long to the square. Mark taken. It is. And it's Vicic again. Had it on the third grab. And the students can get the quick reply off the boot of Matthew Vicic. Not an issue at all. And the students get their first for the afternoon. And they're back in front. Back scores are level. Have a look. Just the kick. If you have a look at Fig's mark, he didn't really look it. He was out of it, bumped off it, just stuck the mitts up, took it, and took the mark. You see here, 1, 2, 3. Vicic's got it, and got one for his troubles on the way down too. Back to the centre. And that one will come back. 15-minute mark of this, the first term of the elimination final. It's end of the road for one team this afternoon. And at the moment, scoring is quite scarce. Ericsson up and above. Good there. Coming through was Orton. And the students go forward again. On the lead there was Fig. Couldn't quite get there. Goes again. Applies the tackle. Good work from Fig. And holds them up. And the free kick, in fact, is going to go to Western Suburbs. And Milligan Seville will take it. Goes straight down the middle. Not a good kick in the end. Turnover comes, and the students are back on the attack. Vincent, feigned to go. Went back and had his kick. Puts out in front. Oh, some good defensive work there from McLean. Coming through, held with the one arm. Couldn't quite get it to the boot. Now they've got a bit of space. Goes back inside, just Fitzpatrick. In fact, it was Vicic again. And now they're wrapped up. Some high numbers in the Sydney Uni side. Of course, the Eagle side would be a release on all the top 18 numbers. Coming back, Fitzpatrick. In fact, no, once again, Vincent. Reed. They go out the back. Under a bit of pressure now. Has to kick quickly, Pearson. Nothing there. Urell trying to get to the contest. Great work from Conway to pop it down in front of Urell. The quick hands from Urell over the top. Now they've got a bit of space. Williamson goes back inside. Has a bounce. What will they do now? They just need to find a target. Good work defensively. Back on it, Conway. He's under pressure now. Ducked into it. The umpire said too high. He'll get the free kick. Conway. He's a lively player. Bobs up. Just pops it out in front. Good kick. Blackburn couldn't take the mark. Almost got the trip. But they're out of the danger zone. The students, some good work there from Evan Smith. Got rid of his opponent. Gave it off. Now they're over the top. Vincent. They've got the numbers here, the students. Pop it over the top. Out in front there of Coffey. Couldn't quite finish off. Still got the numbers. Now it pops out the back. Can they finish it off now? Touch ball. And through for a rush behind. That's the margin they lead by. 1-1 plays 1-2. 17.5 played, first term. Big long kick out. Looking there for Wilmot. Students look good at the moment. They've got players in the right spots. Vincent pops it up. Going back with the flight. Romanis will get the free kick too high against Evan Smith. And they'll come back. Silly Romanis. Not a great kick. Urell under all sorts of pressure. Played for the free kick. Falls to Smith. Smothered from almost the rear end of Urell there. Johnson goes back. Now they reload, trying to find a target. Milligan Seville there for the Magpies. His opposite number in Orton. And it could be wrapped up. Umpire will have a close look at it and say, I'll have it. It goes again. Fig turns back inside, gives it back to Vincent. His kick smothered. They need to get out of the trouble zone, and they do so now, the Magpies. Urell the target. Under pressure, though. He just seems to have 2 or 3 on him every time. Gives up a lot of space running backwards, but spins around on the right. Looking for Conway. Great pick up. Now he's in trouble. Ball spills free. That could be high. Umpire said he ducked in. And now with Slay. Gets out of a little bit of traffic. Wants to go lateral. Not a great kick. Round should get there. Can't take the mark. Under pressure now. He's done something, Round. Not good. Keep an eye on that one. He's down. I reckon it might be a hamstring. Spinning around is Dyson. And free kick's coming. It's going to go to Smith. It'll be too high. Matthew Round. Might be a calf or something. He might have clipped the boot of his opposition player. Let's hope he's okay. It doesn't look good though. In the meantime, Smith with a shot on goal coming. Rounds up and about. Heavily limping, but walking on his own accord. Smith. Measured approach. Drops it beautifully. Umpire does a bit of work. He's pushed it to the left. Hit post and another minor score. Round seems to be getting better, so the initial diagnosis of a hamstring may have been slightly incorrect. Get out again. Western Suburbs are under all sorts of pressure at the moment. Sydney Uni just need to convert. Going, getting it was Maples. Give up ground going backwards. Tries to spin him around there. It was Crichton. In now with Hudson. He dishes out. Looking for Pearson under pressure. Goes back and gets it. Hands it up. Hudson will eventually get it back. Turns around. Looking for Urell. Williamson there as well. Trying to take the chest mark. Conway hits it hard. On the run. This will be a good kick. Just get it out in front. It was a great kick to Blackburn. Just needs to sit for him. Under pressure now. Close with umpire. Will look at it in the back. And Blackburn will have a shot on goal. He's probably helped himself there by not picking it up cleanly. Although a clean pickup would have seen him running into an open goal. Either way, it's a shot on goal for Blackburn. This to put Western Suburbs in front. 21 and a half played. We only had 2 goals scored, and that's not a good kick as well. Kicking has been atrocious this afternoon. They've had their shots on goal. Sydney Uni now. Into time on in the first term. Over the back, read beautifully by Underwood. Goes inside now. Williamson the target. Tries to go in and away. Can't quite do it. Bumped off it. Now they're under pressure. Pops up. They're able to run it out. Smith the target. Has to go back with a flight. Milligan Seville did well. But they've turned it over again. Going inside there is Johnson. There's a bit of trap work to go around. Good kick to Smith. Too far out to score. Gives it straight off. Oh, not a great handball. Too much height on it for Crichton. Sands. Handball under pressure. Hudson doesn't bounce for him. Smith trying to go through. Back to Sands eventually. Kick under pressure. And Mum has the sit. Can't quite take the mark. Eventually it's Wilmot who gets it through, but the turnover comes again. Get around a lot of traffic. He's gone now. Swartz that was. I don't know why it wasn't called holding the ball. But the students get away with one. Smith takes a very good mark. And he'll have another shot on goal. look at it coming through. Right on the siren too. This to give a little bit of breathing space going into quarter time. Evan Smith. Steps over the paint. Kick from about 40. Drops it nicely. They like it. And that's a good lifter for Sydney University right on the siren. And they go into the break 7 points up. A very low scoring first term. 1-2-8 Western Suburbs. 2-3 15 to Sydney University with that goal after the siren. It was an interesting quarter of football. Very tight early and then it started to open up, but they couldn't take advantage of their opportunities. And as we go into the quarter time break, the margin 7 points between Western Suburbs and Sydney University. We'll take a short break here from Blacktown International Sports Park. We'll be back for all the action from the second quarter in about 5 minutes' time. Join us then. It's AFL Sydney Live. All in readiness for the second quarter here from Blacktown International Sports Park. Just some stats from that first quarter. The inside 50s, this is a telling one. It was 11-8 in favour of Western Suburbs, 11 inside 50s, and only the one score, one goal on the board for the Magpies. And centre clearance as well. It's really a clear winner there either. So we get set for the second quarter. And straight away we'll have a secondary bounce in the middle. Those local would have known we've had plenty of rain over the last couple of weeks, but Blacktown is looking an absolute picture. In fact, probably a bit hard in the middle. They've been covering it and looking after it very, very well. They go forward now. The Magpies, hand from Scown, goes back inside into trouble. Puts Hudson under all sorts of pressure. Now the students turn to drop the handball. And wrapped up, have a ball up. Kevino, the coach of Western Suburbs, not happy with his troops at quarter time whatsoever. I was watching online, would have possibly heard what he was saying. McGrath tries to turn that around now. Goes for home. Was that touched? Doesn't matter. He was offline. He hit one back. Margin 6 points. He was very, very vocal with his charges, pointing out quite a bit of problems with their game plan so far. Going out, looking at the back. Conway was in there. Over the top was Harper trying to make some presence. Ericsson tries to go off the ground. Harper then eventually sockers it forward. Gets it over. Intended for Scown. Claus, yeah, did that well. Made sure the umpire saw it. It was there. And Lindsay Scown gets the free kick. And we'll have a shot on goal. More known goal kicker is Lindsay Scown. Now's the time to shine. This will even the scores. Starts at left, it stays left. And just the minor score. Another opportunity gone begging. And they need to capitalise on their inside 50s if they are going to jump on this. At the moment, Sydney University slightly better, certainly on the scoreboard, but around the ground as well. They go out under pressure now. Underwood goes backwards. Now they go down the line. At the back there, Smith couldn't bring it in. Now they've got a little bit of run at it. Dyson did well to get that through. Coming out now looking for Fitzpatrick. Has to work hard, just clears the space. Well done by Fitzpatrick. Now he might get it back. He's under pressure though. Pushing through as well was Fremantle. Just need to find the ball. Under pressure. That was Bamford for the Magpies wearing the 4. And eventually goes over the line. A little bit of push and shove. Another slow start to the scoring in the second term, it seems. Ericsson just gets rid of his opponent, and illegally, says the umpire. Stratford gives it off. Gets it to Slate. Now they go inside 50. Sun an issue. Falls to the deck. McLean, well, he's happy to see it over the boundary line. Boundary throw in. And again, spills free, plenty of black and white around this. Hudson eventually ends up with the ball, gives it back. Under pressure, Romanis, quick kick, looks for Mum, bounces over his head, lands in the arms of, that was Scully, centres it up, good kick, good mark taken. And the mark is taken by Dyson. It'll be Dyson to go back and have a shot for the students. Taking his time. Nothing's quick in this game so far this afternoon. Alex Dyson on its way, and he's pushed it right. That's unforgivable. 1-4 plays 2-4, and I reckon half of those 8 points have been set shots from very gettable angles. Western Suburbs go out now. Ericsson, good mark. Taken on the outer side. Good kick to Urell. Made some space. Just couldn't take the mark. Has to go back now. He's under pressure. That's an inventive handball if I've ever seen one. Eventually gets to Mum. Ducks inside. Handball across. May get it back here. Maybe wrapped up. Oh, that could be a trip, and is. It's going to go to Sydney University free kick. A bit of excitement going on at the moment. Problem is the ball is still on the deck. Maples, good kick, finds a player in space, made hard work of it. Did Coffee, and that's not a great kick. Mark taken again. It was Scown through the middle to Mum. Needs to inject himself a little bit, Brenton Mum. Just waits on it, looks for something he likes. Williamson out in front, great kick. In fact, I think it's Blackburn. It is, and plays on quickly. Looks at goals. It comes back around and it slots in there. And Blackburn has got one for Western Suburbs, and the scores are tied up. It was good by Mum. Just waited on the football, waited for an opportunity to present itself. And when it did, Blackburn found a bit of space. Took a very good mark out in front. And then decided the best option was to just move it on quickly. Good kick from about 48 metres. Back in the middle. Scores level, 2-4 apiece. Sydney Uni get the clearance. They go forward. Now that's Vincent. Gives it back. A bit of space. Fremantle. Not a great kick. Plenty of black and white there. Pulls fortuitously for Coffee. He gives it off to Vicic. Now Smith gets the bounce, turns in, open goal, all you like. Thank you very much. Quick reply. Evan Smith gets another one. And the students out by 6. Shooters for Coffee. No one really went for the ball. Fell for him nicely. They were off to Vicic, who spotted up and just took his eyes off the ball, the Magpie defender. And then Milligan Seville it was, just lost his footing. Smith ran into the open goal. (22 plays 16, students by 6. Not really getting that ruck in there. Here's Robertson for the students. Hudson gives it off to Sands. Sands goes forward. His target is Wilmot. Didn't quite get there. Hitting it hard was Mum. Now has to apply the tackle. Did well. Conway in there as well for, as is McGrath. Back to Mum. They're just not finding clean football at the moment. Orton's handball sharked off. They go back again. This time it's out to under. Sorry, it was Robertson. The ugly looking kick going out there. Coffee. He's up against Romanis. Could have been tripped. Umpire let it play. Go backwards to go forwards again. And boundary line lurking. And that's where Lambert takes it. And we'll have a boundary throw in far side. Ericsson up against Robertson. Ericsson a much bigger body. Just shrugs off Robertson on that occasion again. And they win it away. This is good from the Magpies. The kick in from Conway couldn't be marked by Mum. The quick kick off there from Wilmot is offline. And just touched over the line by Josh Smith. Boundary throw in, about 10 metres around from the post. Just touching on the 10-minute mark of this second term. The game not really reaching great heights at the moment. But anything can happen in finals, especially in elimination finals. Urell tries to bundle through, almost off the deck there, but it's gone over the boundary line. Western Suburbs, well, they're threatening at the moment. Very, very slow affair so far. Urell over the top to Pearson. Goes back to Conway. Tries to put some energy into the football. Comes back inside. Lambert gets beaten by the bounce. Just shrugged off it nicely. And now it stacks on the mill, and that one's not coming out. Plenty of players trying to find the football. Unable to get it out. Have another bounce. No doubt the coach of St George here somewhere having a look at the team that they will take on next week. That could be out of bounds on the full umpire. I thought about it. They were disappointing yesterday against Pennant Hills. A disappointing result at least. It was a good game. Hudson over the top. Trying to find a way through. The kick off Newbury. There's been a good one. In fact, the umpire's seen a free kick and Williamson has to hand it back over. Hasn't had a good run at it so far. The goal-kicking machine of Taylor Williamson for Western Suburbs. Now the students break. I just needed to hold that one in. It was in his hands. That was Orton. They still might get away with it now. Going in to get it is Fitzpatrick. He's wrapped up in a tackle and we'll have yet another field bounce. It's been stoppage, just interspersed with a little bit of excitement so far. Ericsson with a big thump going forward. Doesn't go to their advantage though. The kick comes in back to Coffey. Coffey short and good. Found Crichton, and he will kick from just inside 50. And 6 points in favour of Sydney Uni at the moment. This to take it out to 12. Steps over the line. Crichton kicks from 48. May not have the distance. They set. Milligan Seville with a big punch. Sands trying to get through. Coming through at pace there was Vincent. Plenty of black and white again. Hudson looks at one option, decides to go the other way. Dangerous kick, but well effective. And Conway with the ball. Conway's kick's touched off the boot, and a turnover comes. Orton, in fact, it wasn't Orton, it was Stratford's handball was well off the pace. That one's better. Now with Scully. Couldn't quite get it through. Orton has to back up. He's under pressure now. Too slow. And a free kick holding the ball. McLean to Hudson. Just in two minds as to what to do. Decides to go down the line, found Urell. Urell on the far side. Son, a bit of an issue looking to the left of screen. But Mark McGrath. Not a great kick. Pops it up. Gets there eventually. Not sure exactly what he intended to do. Another short one. And unable to take the mark was Newbury. And the boundary line wins out. 14 minutes played, second term. 2-4 plays 3-4. Just the 2 goals scored so far in this quarter. Ericsson. In fact, it was Urell in the ruck. Bring across. Now the students with a little bit of run. Looking for a target forward. Some good work by McLean. Gave it to Lambert. Hudson, back to McLean, back to Hudson. Just breaking up the possessions, but not getting the meterage. Scout goes around the corner. Looks for Pearson, out in a bit of space. Pearson goes forward, not a bad kick. Unable to take the mark. In there was Bamford. And the students are away with it again. Casperson over the top, little chip kick going back to Casperson. In fact, it ends up going further afield to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick looks up, Ericsson's in the hole, so he decides to go through the middle of the field. Not a bad option. Gives it through there to Scully. Scully goes further afield. The running player in the form there, it was going through. Fig pops it up, gives it to Crichton. Crichton with a little dribble kick. I reckon he's got it, he has. They work sometimes, and on this occasion, Crichton's got it for Sydney Uni. Margin out to 12 points. It's set up well by Sydney Uni. They found some space on the far side. And it's good work from Johnson. Fig's handball was good. And running through on it was Crichton. The dribble kick went through. The students get another one. They lead by 12 points. 16 and a half played, second term. Come back. Sydney Uni unable to score a goal last week in their game against the Manly Warringah Giants. Kicked 7 behinds, were beaten by 92 points. Not the perfect preparation for finals football. It's a free kick, that's against Scown. A little bit in this now. And that could be a 50-metre penalty. I don't know if he knew who he was going to. Fremantle will take the kick. And they were in some ways lucky to get through, and an upset caused by the City Hills Eagles over the top of Uni New South Wales Eastern Suburbs. Gifted Sydney Uni the spot in the finals, and it looks like they're taking it by both hands at the moment and running with it. Fremantle really causing some issues. Crichton starting to step up in the game. Steps around one. Inside, nothing really there. Smith in possession. In pursuit. Eventually goes over the boundary line. McGrath just couldn't keep it in. Yeah, the result at Bruce Purcell Reserve last week with the Eagles getting over the top of the Bulldogs handed the students a spot in the finals. Many believed that the Bulldogs could win their way in, but the Eagles had another idea coming, and they finished off their season with a high. They'll be back in the Premier Division side competition next year. And they will be keen to make an impression as well. But in the meantime, ball's out of bounds again. Nothing really happening at the moment. Casperson's dribble goal, probably the highlight so far in this quarter. Ericsson both go to ground. Didn't know really where to go there with Stratford. Eventually gives the handball off and they go forward. In there is Vicic. With the ball was Bamford. He's tackled, dispossessed. Romanis gets it up, looking for Hudson. Hudson on full stretch, gets it away. Done well there to keep that ball in. Eventually goes over the boundary line. We'll have another boundary throw in. We're approaching time on in the second term. Sydney Uni by 12 points. Just the 6 goals so far scored for the game. Ericsson down. Trying to get away with something at the moment. Ball just bounces over the boundary line again. Another boundary throw in. Again, Ericsson has been dominant in the ruck this afternoon, but nothing really coming of it. The boundary throw in. The question asked. Ericsson strong, third man up. It's telegraphed. Maples at hard at ground level. And there as well as Johnson. Swings it around and almost the mark to Bamford. But for the spoiler, Fitzpatrick coming across, and another boundary throw in. There have been plenty of those in the last 5-10 minutes. Ericsson against Stratford again. And another boundary throw in. I almost get the feeling there should be a rule, 10 boundary throw-ins in a row, and we take it back into the middle of the ground just to get away from it. Once again, Stratford and Ericsson. Smith in there for the students. Stratford goes again, trying to get over the top. Eventually gets almost into Pearson. Ericsson lays a hard tackle, but it ends up in the back of Dobson. And Dobson will take the free kick. We're into time on in the second term. 12 points the margin in favour of the students. And a good kick, and Smith on the lead. Takes a nice mark. Moves it on quickly, spots it up. Who's there for the students? Flying at the back. Couldn't quit, it was Underwood. And they're away. Scown in trouble, gets it on the boot. And Conway, who's been good for the Magpies this afternoon. Ugly kick though, the turnover comes. Slay gets it back with interest. And a good spot up, looking for Fig. Could have been a free kick. Umpire says no. Lambert got away with it there. Vicic trying to turn him around. Coffey gives it off. Oh, went without it. And now they've got a bit of space, the students. The shot comes offline and just seen over by Urell. 4-5, margin 13 points. Urell wants to go quickly. Scown just got to him, eventually on the second bounce. And some good backing up from Urell. Trying to build something for his team. Turnover comes. Urell again. He can go the whole length if he wants to. Pops over. Smith comes away with it, but he's wrapped up in a tackle by Bamford. And we'll have another bounce. 22, nearly 23 minutes played. Second term. Urell now doing the ruck work. Pearson couldn't bring it in. Mum couldn't bring it in. Neither could Bamford. Dispossessed. Pearson goes again. Bamford gets possession. They stack on. And we'll have a ball up. Been a lot of stoppages in this game so far. Hasn't been great. Hopefully we can get something building. Smith throws it on the boot. Looking for Smith, the Evans style. 3 Smiths playing this afternoon. Fig doesn't bounce favourably him. Lambert now tracking it back. Did well. Sands picks it up. Goes to Romanis. They're out of trouble. Williamson just couldn't turn on the slippery deck, but some good work by Harper. They're going straight down the middle. Almost the mark taken there from Blackburn. Good spoil. Now the students have a chance. Coming in, Fig the target. Tried to take it, couldn't get it on the half volley. Pops up. Now a little chip over the top. Not a bad little option there. Good work from Newbury going back. Sands was, in fact, it's not Sands, it was McLean, and the tackle is good on Sands. And a shot on goal coming. It'll be Crichton again. Crichton to put a nice little buffer going into half-time. Kick looks good, they like it. He gets it, and the students are out by 19. Look here. Bad going forward. Good work from Newbury to turn it over. McLean gave it off to Sands, but just didn't know what was behind him. And Crichton tries the tackle. And finished off with a nice goal. 25 played, second term. 2-4 plays 5-5. Students by 19 points. Can't be long to go in the quarter. Read that well. As we break for half time. And a game that really hasn't reached any great height so far, but the margin 19 points in favour of Sydney University. And that goal there right at the end from Crichton took it out to 19 points. As I said, it's not been the most attractive game of football so far, but the students will be happy with their output at the moment. We're quickly looking at some of the stats. Inside 50s, 17 apiece for the Western Suburbs and Sydney University. It's just been Sydney Uni have been able to capitalise on their inside 50s a little bit better, and they have the 19-point margin. We'll take a short break here at Blacktown, and hopefully we'll come back and the game will start to open up a bit, but at the moment it's the students in the box seat. They look like they might be keen on taking on St George next week and trying to extend their season, but Western Suburbs might have something to say about that. We'll take a break here on AFL Sydney Live, and join us back in about 20 minutes' time. We'll have all the action from the second half. sides break here at Blacktown International Sports Park. All set for the third quarter. Having a look at the moment at the goal kickers so far this afternoon. Well, it's Blackburn who's got both of them for Western Suburbs. Single to Vicic in Sydney Uni and doubles to both Sam Crichton and Evan Smith. And that makes up their 5 goals, as we said before the break. It's not been the most exciting game so far, but we're hoping the second half might turn this around. Western Suburbs, well, I reckon if they thought they had a bake given to them at quarter time by their coach, Kevinino, might have just upped the intensity levels at half time as well. And they will want to come out firing in the second half. For the final players to get in position, and we'll be underway. It's the Students by 19 points. 2-4-16 plays 5-5-35 as we're set for the start of the third term. That one will be coming straight back. We reset. And underway. Ericsson, he's been so good in the ruck for Western Suburbs, but they just need to get it out of the middle. Urel, he's wrapped up straight away, and already we have the second stoppage. Ericsson again, same tactic, same result, unfortunately. It's going to be wrapped up. We'll have another ball up. They're inching forward, Western Suburbs. No real intensity at the moment. Plenty of tackling going on. Scown tries to get through, pops it up, held off the ball. Smith unable to take the mark. Umpire comes in. This will be the 5th ball up. In fact, he's going to give it a free kick, and it's going to go to Sydney University. Not a bad option. Just open it up a bit. Slay hands it off. Inside. Well read. And now the Students have a chance. This kick had to be very good to get that one, and just slots the handball through. Fantastic work there from Vicic. And now it's in the arms of Evan Smith. Goes across, looking for Orton. Doesn't sit for him. Sits nicely, though, for Glenn Smith in the end. He drives them forward, but the turnover comes. Sands takes the mark for the Magpies. Just chips it over. Nice short kick. But Brenton Mum through the middle if they want to use him. Probably too far away, though. They go short again. Touch ball. And now they're in trouble. Hudson wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire didn't like it, though. Although he's come in. Geez, it was a very quick call for a ball up. Didn't really give him much opportunity. That's why I thought it might have been a free kick. Ericsson now goes forward again. Mum has made the contest. They're wanting a little bit more out of him. It's not a great option. And eventually the ball troubled over. Pearson, the tackler for the Magpies. Boundary throw in. Trying to do something in the ruck there with Stratford. Ericsson. McGrath now comes away with it. Long way from home. Goes in front of Milligan Seville. Will it sit up for him? It does not in the end. Have another ball up. Ball comes in. And a good kick, good mark taken by Evan Smith. And he has a chance now to put the Students even further in front. Takes his time. He's a good kick at the goal, is Evan Smith. Holds the ball very upright in his approach, but the kick is very measured. I'd like to see this one go through for another goal. Got 2 already this afternoon. Just gives it a bit of air and works it back nicely, and the Students jumped out to a 25-point lead. And it's looking ominous now for Western Suburbs. See here. Who we throw in that came in? Ericsson, who's been so good in the ruck, brings it down, but it lands beautifully in the arms of Orton. His kick forward, and the mark taken by Smith, and the finish was nice. Students by 25 points, 4.5 played, third term. Magpies will need to find something, and they'll need to find it soon. They've only scored 2 goals for the game so far. Ericsson down to Scown, but straight away they just cannot get clean football out of the middle. And the Students come again. Hudson with the run-down tackle. And that's the sort of thing they'll need. That should have been 50. You're right there, Hutto. And he goes wide now. Plenty of yellow and blue jumpers out there. Good tackle applied by Wilmot. Affects the ball to coming free. Pearson around the corner kick. And there's Blackburn. He's kicked their only 2 goals. Underwood for the Students. There's 2 Underwoods playing this afternoon for either side. And the Students now finding a bit of space. They go forward again. Smith the target. Out in front. Beautiful mark. Wilburn wheels around quickly. Jumps over his opponent. Opens up a bit of space. In trouble now. Conway applied a little tackle. Took him off line. Sits nicely there for Coffey. And he finishes off. And it's getting a little nasty now for the Magpies. Coffey with the goal. Good mark out in front. Wanted to wheel around, found himself in a little bit of trouble. Did well to get around over his opponent. Conway tried to put him off guard. Sat nicely for Coffey. Out in front, all on his own. Spins around. Slots the goal. This time, it's the Magpies who get it out of the middle. They need something quickly. Williamson. Not seen much of him this afternoon, and now he's just trying to throw his weight around a little bit. He'd be better off just trying to get his hand on the pill. Mum goes forward, and the mark taken. And it's Blackburn again. He's up the front there. And this for his third, and Western Suburbs third. He finishes off, and the Magpies, well, they're not done yet. They get one back. Margin 25 points. It's out of the middle. Ericsson won the ruck again. They got it going forward. Some good work here from Mum. Just pops it up. Blackburn read it beautifully. Just got rid of his teammate. And you can see there, Underwood not real happy with his efforts. Free kick again. Go to a free kick to Western Suburbs out of the middle. Frank Kolosic, red hot on centre around bounce infringements, but it's the Students who come away with it. In the arms of Fremantle, goes too deep in the pocket, just bounces inside. Boundary umpire caught out on that occasion. I'll have a look at it. I'm not sure. It actually has gone out of bounds on the full. Boundary umpire was unsighted on that occasion. Chip over. McLean. To go long. Caught at the back is Wilmot. And over the boundary line. 8.5 played third term. Sydney Uni by 25 points. The ball's gone out of bounds on the full. Sun a real issue over there at the moment. Won't be long before the sun goes down and we'll be working under lights. McGrath tracks this one back to McLean. Under a little bit of pressure running through the middle. Now with Underwood for the students. Tracks back, gets himself a bit of space, goes forward looking for Smith, and he just gave himself up there. Almost a confession from Evan Smith. His arms in the air before the whistle was blown, and Milligan Seville to take the kick. Blackburn the target, gets to the front, but only opens up the space for Underwood to take a chest mark. They'll get it back, tries to get around Ericsson. Eventually goes long, no one home though. I don't know what that kick was about. Williamson, well, he's just gone back to try and help out in the back line. Rob Peter to pay Paul, unfortunately, sometimes. And that kick didn't really clear the area. Eventually gets back in the arms of... That was Fitzpatrick. And Fitzpatrick has a goal. Students back out to 31 points. As I said, Williamson was trying to get back there to help out, but took the defensive mark. The kick, though, was left a little bit to be desired. Came out. And some good hands there from Johnson. Gave it off to Fitzpatrick, and he finished for the goal. .31 points to the margin, 10 minutes played in this, the third term. 3-4, plays 8-5. The goals are coming now for the students. The Magpies, they just need to find some way to get the ball going forward. Williamson in the middle now, trying to throw his weight around a bit. And again, the clearance comes for the students. They go forward. Working there again was Fitzpatrick, the goal scorer. Gets it out. Goes in from, that was Robertson. Evan Smith unable to take the mark. Big tackle applied by Reed. Illegally, says Frank. And the kick will come back. And it'll be Lachlan Maples to take it. And another gettable goal opportunity for the students. They're working the bench well. There's 3 down here at the moment, waiting to come on. They just end with a little bit more run. Oh, Maples tries to dish off, looking for Fig. Couldn't bring it in. Tracks back. Works it back, but there's only black and white there. Hudson on the run. Got numbers down the ground if they go longer. Tried to go there to Underwood. And students are able to tackle. Good tackle applied by Underwood. And umpire will come in and ball it up. No opportunity. Ball up. Hudson doing the ruck work. Out of bounds. Ericsson just dishes it down to Maples. They need more support around the ruck. Ericsson is winning the ruck. They just need to win the clearances. Williamson dishes back to Hudson. And the turnover again. Swartz with the ball. Moves it on. And looking for Smith over his head. Fig in the back. Trying to get around. Williamson back there again. Just the steadier. Gets it out. Underwood under pressure. And the turnover comes. Little chip kick in is a good one. Oh! And Reed gets to the contest late. Umpire says in time though. And the Vincent it is with the ball. As the clean-up starts early here at Blacktown. Vincent. Just to put him out to 37 points. Looks good off the boot. Might have been just left, hung it out. Eventually just goes through for the minor score. 32 points to margin. Sands to bring it back in. Once again, another turnover, and it's Coffey that's taken the mark. Outside 50, too far out. Spots it up. Big fly comes from Smith. Also in there is Vicic. He's wrapped up in the tackle. They want to be careful it doesn't slip high. Over boundaries. Sorry, a ball up. Michich in the ruck. Brings it down. Brighton. But it's Magpies have come away with it. They've just got nothing forward of half back. Every time it comes out, it comes back straight back in. And in this occasion, it was Robertson who brought it in. Go further inside 50, 1 on 2. They've really flooded the back line, and Evan Smith's taken a good mark, 2 on 1. And he's come out with the mark. They're going to flood players back. They can't allow that to happen. Evan Smith, good day so far in front of the sticks. Tight angle. Be a good goal if you can get it. Smith, measured approach, drop punt, it's gone left. It's going to go out of bounds on the full. So not the result he would have liked. Short, Hudson. Short again. Conway. Decided that just maintaining possession. Lambert just couldn't get the hands up in time. Gets it out. And the mark taken. Smith. Back there, drives him in forward again. But only as far as Milligan Seville. He comes out. Not a bad option to just change it around. Found Wilmot on the near side. Ball to play on. Pops it up for Reed. Under pressure. Gets the free kick. One in the back just for his troubles. Reed goes further afield. This is better from the Magpies. They're still a long way from home. McGrath. Now to Pearson. Another little short one. McLean. In fact, it might be pushing forward. They get inside 50. Blackburn in there amongst it. Hitting it hard. On occasion was Harper. Just couldn't get his way through. And straight again, they come out, the students. There's plenty of black and white on this occasion, though. From outside 50, Williamson loads up. Not going to be a goal. It's going to be scored away, and the students are away. 1 bounce, 2. Got trouble inside Crichton. That should have been holding the ball. How did he get rid of that, sir? Gets it back eventually to Dyson, but he's turned it over. And the Magpies get another chance. They go forward again. A big sweeping handball from Underwood. It wasn't Underwood. Push it forward. Urell lurking. Couldn't quite there. Smith at the bottom of the pack. He's wrapped up by Urell. Umpire says, I'll have it. And we'll have a ball up just on outside the goal square for the Magpies. Urell in the ruck. Brings it down. Blackburn. He's kicked their only goals this afternoon. He's kicked 3, I think. Blackburn. Their entire goal scoring affair. They need more avenues. Time ticking away. They lead by 32 points, the students. Could be the end of the line for Western Suburbs. Hudson, his kick is smothered. Blackburn in amongst it. Even kick from the students, unable to get out. Slay has to track back. Hudson over the top of him. Just pops it back for Smith. Gets it clear again. Under pressure. And that ball's very close to being out. Underwood was lurking. Hudson dishes back. Gives it to Newbury. Just pops it to the top of the square. Erickson in the area. But some good defence. Oh, big hit. And he's still down. And we go over the boundary line. Look at that hit. Comes in. Good work. Just hit hard. In the meantime, Williamson comes away. They go forward. Mark almost taken by Blackburn. You see, he's still down. See here. Comes in. Gets it open. There's nothing really in it. Scown it is that comes through. Just lying. Well, he got him high. There might have been something in it. I might have spoken too soon. Either way, the ball's back in the playing arena. And wrapped up in the tackle. Pearson will have the ball up. Hudson trying to burrow his way through. He's got a free kick, high contact. This is what the Magpies need. That's 50-metre penalty too. Just threw the ball away, did Johnson, and Hudson will get a gimme. And maybe this is what the Magpies need to spark it up. Umpire's going to call this back here. This is ridiculous. He hadn't called time on. Let's just say he scored the goal, get on with the game. Hudson was off halfway back to the square. Probably should have known better, I suppose. Made to do it all again, as if the result was going to be any different. Hudson gets one for the Western Suburbs. The margin back to 26 points.
Let's go.
So he hits the ball up. Hudson comes through. Falls his feet. Just gets caught high. Umpire calls it. Picks it up. Didn't really need to even pick it up. Did Johnson. And then there it is. Just throw it away. Come back to the middle. Students get it clear. Just need a little settler as we go into time on. Hudson, the goal scorer again. Ericsson, that's what he does best. Thumps it forward. Scown in there. Williamson is finding here. A little fight back getting started here from the Magpies. Goes forward. Good work from the defence. Casperson.
Go, boys.
Out of bounds. Students make a number of changes again. It comes wrapped up. Have a ball up. 21 and a half played, third term. It's the Students by 26 points. We've got 1 foot inside the door of the semi-final berth. Coming through though, Pearson, he was at different ideas. No, the execution was dreadful. 4-5-29 now. Western Suburbs, they trail by 25 points. Inside the Students. Haven't seen a lot of football on this near side. Not a bad kick in the end. Finds Josh Smith. Looks for Fig. Just stepped inside but just didn't read the ball at all well. Applies the tackle and have a ball up. Students now with a bit of space, trying to get something going forward. They could do with a late one here. Scully goes inside 50. Milligan Seville read it well, as did McLean. And they're out. Conway. Goes long, looking for Williamson. Tried to play for the free kick. Umpire's not having any part of it. And the mark taken. Now they load up again, looking for Evan Smith. Tries to get the ride. He would need to be up there for about a minute and a half for that one to come off. Would have been spectacular, but far too early from Evan Smith. On the far side, Ericsson unable to take the mark, applies the tackle. He's been very good for the Magpies this afternoon. So is this man, Conway. Looking for Williamson. Smith does the spoil. Williamson ends up with the ball. Goes back inside. There's nicely for Pearson. Scrubs them forward. Scown taps it in front of him. Throws on the left boot. Scrubby kick going forward. Looking there for Reed. And the free kick comes. Umpire says chopping the arms. Daniel Reed will have a shot on goal for the Magpies. It's been a nice little way to finish the quarter. Trail by 25 points at the moment. Just to bring it back to a manageable 19 points. The kick looks good off the boot. Umpire has a very close look. Says just the behind. Hit the post in the end. To the pocket. Down the line. Urell there, but well read. And a good mark taken. Glenn Smith. Looking for Evan Smith. Smith to Smith. Pushes it wide. Oh, sits beautifully there for Fitzpatrick. Just couldn't finish off. Has to take the tackle. Does well to bring down Bamford. Now they've got another opportunity, the students, and the mark comes back. Taken by Johnson. And they'd love this one going into half-time. David Johnson. Umpire wants to reset the mark. Does it reset the clock on his kick, I wonder? Johnson, don't know that he moved. Comes in now. Kick on its way. He's pushed it left. Maybe that little adjustment had something to do with it. 25 points the margin. Siren can't be too far away for the final break. The final break. It will be the final break for 2014 for one of these sides. Williamson didn't take the mark. They've got a bit of run. They'll pop it up. Not a bad option. Geez, he was beset upon there. It was Underwood. Actually goes over the boundary line. Another boundary throw in. 5 points to margin, certainly not unsurmountable by the Magpies, but they'll have to have a very big last term to peg back the lead. Some good work from Maples. Not a good kick though. Back there in defence is Ericsson. He's been, I reckon, their best this afternoon. Big fly, the pack forms, 2 players down, both of them Magpies. And there's 3 down. They took each other out. They go forward again. McLean having to do some work running back. Probably happy to hear the siren on that occasion. And as we go into the 3/4 time break, it's the students by 25 points, and they are in the box seat to take on St George next week. The Magpies, well, they'll have to do a lot of work to make sure their season doesn't end here this afternoon. 4:6:30 Western Suburbs, 8:7:55 Sydney University. And in that quarter, it was really dominated on the scoreboard by Sydney University, but it was 12 inside 50s to Sydney Uni. They took their total of 29, only 8 for Western Suburbs. So 29 plays 25. Not a big discrepancy between the inside 50s between the two sides, but it's the way they're finishing off, and Sydney University are doing that much better than their counterparts. The goal scorers for Sydney Uni, well, Evan Smith's got 3, Crichton with 2, and singles to Coffey, Vicic and Fitzpatrick. On the other side of the ledger, Hudson with that goal in that term, and Blackburn has 3 for the Magpies. We'll take a break here. We'll have about 5 minutes before we bring you all the action from the last quarter. Make sure you stay tuned, and we'll find out who it is that extends their season and who it is that bows out for 2014 here at Blacktown. It's all set for the final quarter here at Blacktown International Sports Park. The final term for one of these sides, and at the moment it looks like Western Suburbs may bow out. They'll need a big effort in this final term to peg back this 25-point margin. The students have been diligent with the way they've gone about their business this afternoon, and they just need to maintain their age. And they'll find themselves playing in a semi-final against the Dragons next week. In the centre, final term in this elimination final, and I'm not sure that we've had a centre bounce kick off the game cleanly yet. That one comes back. And Hudson, his handball was smothered, and it's the students who come away with it. They go inside 50 now. And in front of Vicic, just tries to find the handle. Goes over the ball, wrapped up by McLean. And eventually it's McLean who comes away with it. Sands, handball looking for Hudson. McLean batters up. Big kick going forward. Nothing really of it. McGrath running now. Ugly looking kick. Ill-directed, and some good work going back from Smith, Glenn Smith. Underwood running out a bit of space now. They've given up a lot of ground. They'll need to make up, the students. They do look the more composed side at the moment. Sands just can't find the handle, overrun it 3 times. Eventually it's Fitzpatrick that gets in there amongst it, and the umpire will have to sort this one out. Not going anywhere. Right in the front of the I Love Blacktown sign here. All the grand finals we played out here at Blacktown International Sports Park. We'll bring you all grand finals from Sydney AFL live. Ball trickles over the boundary line again. Good question. Can the Demons take it up to the Giants of Manly Warringah next week and really throw a cat amongst the pigeons, or will the Giants get that easy run through to the grand final? Trying to push through there was Dyson. Couldn't quite get the foot to the football. Some good work from Coffey. Now they go inside. Evan Smith caught behind on this occasion. Milligan Seville has not done a bad job this afternoon, just hasn't had the support around him. The quick kick comes. How will this bounce? Ugly. If you're, I'm not sure that he was under much pressure there. Gets away with one. There's a player within 10 metres of him. Suburbs come out now. Conway wants to go straight down the middle. Not a bad option. It's come fortuitously there for the Magpies, but nothing forward. Under pressure. Being solid in defence, the students. Eventually gets over to Crichton. Crichton's kick. Sands just drops it again. He's not had a good day this afternoon, Levi Sands. And eventually ends up in the arms of Dobson. Top of the square, big fly, gets it on the second bounce. It's a mark to Vicic, and should be able to finish off with the goal. Vicic with an opportunity to take the margin out to 32 points. And really make it difficult for the Magpies. Finishes off. Students 32 points in front, and they look like they're going well for a spot against the Dragons. Six plays 9-8. We went about 12-15 minutes in the first term before any goal was scored, but since then the students have had their boots on and they lead by 32. Back in the middle. Ericsson under pressure. It's a big handball going forward to Urell. Urell over to Scown. Steps back inside. Tries to thread one through to Pearson. Has to go back. Gives it to Sands. Juggles it. Eventually gets it on the boot. They go inside now. The big flyer comes. No one really able to take the mark. Williamson now has to settle back. Just pops it up. Not a great kick. Gives Sydney Uni players plenty of time to get there. A little bit of friendly fire. And Hudson pops over to Williamson. They're behind you, Taylor. Doesn't want to sit around and have a look. Pearson's kick. And that one's out of bounds. A friendly fire from the students. Just wait and see. A quick look at it. See here. Both with eyes on the football. Just cops it right in the jaw. At it. The lone clap comes. As the ball comes back in, we restart. What can the Magpies do here? Sands with the run at it. Just clips the line on the way out. We'll have a ball in. Comes down now. Students are away. Nice little touch. Puts it in front there of Dobson. Weaves his way going forward. Open goal square. Just gives it every chance. How will it bounce? Bouncing, stopping. McLean tackled. Milligan Seville in support. Dobson puts him under pressure and the mark taken. Inside 50. The students. Some good football played there. In. Kick on its way, not going to make the journey. And they've still got plenty in there. Dobson, he's under pressure. Pearson swings it around, not a great kick again. And that's been the measure of the day. Scully takes the mark, and he'll have a shot on goal. Scully. This to make it very, very difficult. It's not going to get in there for a goal, just the minus score. 33 points the margin now. When you consider Western Suburbs have only kicked 30 points for the game, you could almost put this one to bed. Over the top, they've worked it well by hands. Eventually into trouble. That was Smith. They've still got the numbers. And look at this, right in the middle, Evan Smith. Takes the mark easy as you like. And it's for his fourth goal. We said at the start of the game that he would be one of the keys to their success. And he certainly stepped up to the mark. There'll be one person at the moment trying to work out how they can make sure he doesn't kick four again next week. Nice and a measured approach and finishes off. And the students, well, they're home. Back in the middle. Ericsson will get the free kick, just a touch on the shoulder. Goes inside 50. Blackburn tries to tap it over. Urell. There's just too many blue and gold jumpers. And they're out so easily. Far side, big fly from Ericsson with the big fist. Hudson tracking it back. Keep it in. Ericsson comes in from behind. But once again, it's the students who come away with it. Fig, 3 or 4 tries to grab it at 6, 7 tries to grab it. Couldn't control it. Scown driving inside. He's got a good lead on, and that's Blackburn. In fact, I don't think it's Brenton Mumm, it is. Mumm wants to move it quickly. Looks, sizes them up, works it well, and they get one, the Magpies. May not be done with yet. They'll need plenty more of that to get back into this game. What a strong contingent of supporters here for these sides this afternoon. Right, so far, they've enjoyed what the students have dished up. Not so much what the umpires have thrown into the dirt. Reset. 11.5 played, final term. Work our way through there is Glenn Smith, taken high. We get the kick. Smith now plays on through the centre of the ground. And, Smith to Smith. Kicks it up. Fig in the area, almost a mark taken. Eventually, scrubby kick trying to get it out of there. Conway, well, he's tackled mid-air. And scrambly football. Eventually the students, they get it going forward. Oh, mark almost taken by Dyson. Travels back. Williamson there for the Magpies. Takes possession. That's dangerous, and it is very dangerous. Holding the ball. The free kick goes to Sam Slate. He'd like to put one through. Slate for the students. 13-minute mark. Nice looking kick off the boot. Umpire does not move a muscle. And the students get another one. Marching back out to 39 points.
Let's go! Let's go! Push over! Push over!
So here on the replay, it goes across. Ball was in dispute. On the deck. Dyson goes back, Slays in there, and this is where Williamson, well, he could have given it there. Took possession, tried to shrug the tackle, unable, and a great decision by the umpire. Back in the middle now. Urell. Cross now, looking for Hudson to run onto it. Has to turn around to go and get it. Could have been holding the man, it was. Hudson with the free kick. Goes inside 50 now, tries to chisel one forward. Ericsson, good strong hands. Where was that? Good target forward. He can't be everywhere, unfortunately. And Ericsson will line up for a shot on goal. Taxi Stein gets composed and Sands comes through, tries to shark it off him. I don't think that's going to happen. Kick-off line though. And just the minor score. 5-7 now. The Magpies. Comes in. Back to Maples. Maples goes very wide, toying with the boundary line. Bounces beautifully for Fremantle. Goes back inside. Fremantle again. And they've worked this well. Evan Smith, strong hands. Very strong in front of his eyes. It's up for Fig. Fig tried to get contact and then ended up, found he was actually in flight of the ball. Should have taken the mark. In the end, it's just wrapped up. Move another ball up. Fig to do the ruck work up against Urell. Link arms, Urell with the secondary tap. Now with the tackle. High contact though, and the students will get the kick. Oh, Matty. Andy Urell. Hark back to previous times. They've been disappointing today, Western Suburbs, to say the least. They've had their opportunities early in the game. Couldn't capitalise. And now they've seen it all disappear in front of their eyes. Coffee. The kick looks good. The kick looks very good. Was a touch on the line? I don't know. The umpire was right onto it. And the goal is scored. And the margin out to the biggest margin so far. He's kicked 2. And at the 17-minute mark, it's all over here at Blacktown. See this one through again, Coffee. Touch was there. May have been in front of the line. It's all academic though. Centre. All wrapped up. Students have been very good this afternoon. They go again. And almost the mark taken. Occasion by Fitzpatrick. In numbers, Mum. He's been willing this afternoon, but just hasn't been able to give as much as he'd like. Hudson's kick across. And the Magpies get a little bit of space. Goes forward now to Blackburn. Been their only real target. Gives it off to Williamson. Gets around a tackle. Now puts it on the boot, but there's no one at home. And it's all students back there. Just chewing up a bit of time. No urgency whatsoever. You see this so often in elimination finals. Whether it's 1 point or 44 points, it doesn't really matter. And we're just ticking down time now. It'll be an interesting battle. As we said earlier in the call, they almost didn't make it this far, Sydney University. If not for a result that went their way in the final round of the season. But they've taken this opportunity and they will extend their season by another week. Now Scully goes forward, almost the mark taken. Mouthguard goes flying. Kick comes out. Good mark taken over his head there by Harper, and the delivery is fantastic. McGrath. Goes forward again. Sits for Blackburn. Couldn't take the mark. Mum running onto it. And it'll sit nicely for Mum. And he'll just dribble it around the corner. And he'll get a late one. Brenton Mum, that's his second for the afternoon. Back in the middle now. Into time on in this, the final term. Williamson sharks out of the ruck. Goes with one bounce and is tackled. Just tried to do too much this afternoon, Taylor Williamson, and hasn't really been able to mark his effect on the game. Oh, there's a bit of nothing going on here. There's just a bit of confusion. And it ends up with a Sydney Uni 50-metre penalty. Fremantle goes wide. Side again. And it's Harry Dobson. Shot on goal. Gives it plenty of air. Has it got the distance? No. Evan Smith almost took the mark. That would have been nice for him to finish off with a bag of goals this afternoon. Kick four. So the Students will take on St George next week. The game will be played on Sunday. Still waiting on a couple of schedules to work out and bring the game to you live. Free kick against Hudson holding the ball. The other semi-final will be between Pennant Hills and the Giants, Manly Warringah. And that for a spot in the grand final. George, you'd think would have to go in as favourites for that game next week, just purely on their season form, but Sydney University such a mystery bag at times. And Ericsson takes the mark, and a free kick to Smith, this for his fifth. Not happy, Ericsson. I should probably share his sentiment. Slightest of touches. Gives Evan Smith the opportunity to kick his fifth. Deep into time on now. Smith comes in. That's 5 for him. And he's certainly been a great asset for Sydney University up forward. He's kicked 5. There's 2 goals to Vicic. Coffey's had 2. Crichton with 2. And Sam Slay, Ben Fitzpatrick with singles. Blackburn's kicked 3 for Western Suburbs, along with Mum with 2. And Hudson chimed in with just the single, just not enough when it came to the crunch for Western Suburbs. Bring that one back. Now Western Suburbs trying to do something to finish their season off. Been in the news so much over the last couple of weeks, Western Suburbs. Unfortunately, their season won't continue any further. There'll be some other tribunal news throughout the week as well, which may play into the favour of the students. Wait to see how that one plays out. Fig. Is it to Vincent? Vincent just goes sideways. Don't think there'd be anyone in the house unhappy if they were to just blow the siren now and say, yep, time is done. We've had enough. Vincent gets it back. Just roundabouts at the moment. Into Swartz. Johnson. Through the arms of Coffey. Johnson with a big fist from behind. Oh, that's high. McGrath just clumsy by Orton. Clint McGrath will get the kick. "26 minutes played. He's playing this one out. As we reset next week, Saturday's semi-final will be between the Manly Warringah Giants and the Pennant Hills Demons, and Sunday we'll see St George Dragons take on the Sydney University students. Three weeks away from the grand final. Evan Smith takes another mark. Maybe he will get his bag this afternoon. Just drives in long. Beautiful kick. Beautiful vision. Don't forget also the Phelan medal. We're bringing you that live as the siren sounds here. Monday the 15th, the Phelan medal will be coming to you live as well. We'll find out who has been judged best on field for the 2014 season. This to finish off the day. The students been dominant this afternoon. Kick on its way, offline. Doesn't matter anyway, as in the end it's a 45-point win to the Sydney University. It was a slow game that didn't really kick off to much great heights in the end. Early on in the game. In the end, it was the students who came out on top. Inside 50s, there wasn't really a clear winner there. You wouldn't have thought by a 45-point margin that Sydney University had only 37 inside 50s. Western Suburbs was far behind with 30, and clearance as well. They're actually in favour of Western Suburbs, muchly due to the work of Christian Erickson in the ruck. Excuse me, a look at the goal scorers. Well, for Sydney Uni, it was Evan Smith with 5. He was their major contributor on the scoreboard. 2 to Matthew Vicic, 2 to Ben Coffey and Sam Crichton, and singles to Fitzpatrick and Slay. And for Western Suburbs, it was really only Wade Blackburn with 3. Brenton Mumm, he kicked 2, and Hudson with 1 goal in the end. Excuse me, as we finish up here at Blacktown International Sports Park. We lose one team from the finals, and that being Western Suburbs. But with 3 weeks to go until we finally crown our premiership team for 2014, there's still plenty of football to be played. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. It's been great to bring this to you. And congratulations to Sydney University. They extend their season for another week. Whereas Western Suburbs, well, they'll call it quits for 2014 and start thinking about how they can make their charge in 2015. We'll wrap it up here at Blacktown International Sports Park. Thanks for joining us. And the story being that Sydney University 45-point winners over Western Suburbs in the 2014 Elimination Final. 6-7-43 to the Wests. 13-10-88. Sydney University too good this afternoon.